Hello there, this is Tillian with a video walkthrough of Star Citizen's latest edition, the Aegis Vanguard. The ship has just been added to the hangar in Star Citizen's 2.0 release. And what do I mean by that? When a ship is added to the hangar in Star Citizen, it's added to this virtual environment where you can look at the different ships you've got, but you can't actually fly it yet, you can't do anything with it other than walk around. Now, the Star Citizen development team have said that they are going to start releasing ships sooner in a not quite complete state so that we can have a look at them while they finish them off. So hopefully it won't be too long before we will be flying this around the Star Citizen universe. But for now, we can just have a walkthrough. So what you might be asking now is, what is the Aegis Vanguard? What role does it fill? Why should I be interested in this ship? So the Aegis Vanguard is a long-range heavy fighter. It's designed to go out to the frontier and duke it out with the Vandal, with pirates, with whoever that's out there that you don't like the look of. And it's designed to be able to do that quite effectively. It's got very robust systems in that it's got 2 power supplies, 2 shield generators, 2 engines, and 6 guns if you include the turret on top. So it's able to take quite a beating and still keep going, as well as dish out a huge amount of damage. But enough about the spec sheet and what you can do with it, let's have a closer look. So right at the front you can see there's a very large cannon on the underside and 4 nozzles in the nose, and these are dishing out your primary firepower. We'll just go past one of the 2 main engines. Now the ship, in all of the fan art and concept art that we've seen, has these wings. At the moment are folded along the side of the craft, but whilst in flight they tend to be deployed. Now the lore reason for these wings when in space, where you don't really need any control surfaces, is that they help to emit heat to keep the systems in the ship cool. And if I take a few steps back, we can see the 2 main sets of engines on the side. Now the spec sheet says it only comes with 2 engines, so I'm assuming these are 2 nozzles per engine. But it's a very impressive ship looking from the rear. And if we approach the main door and open up the ramp, we can have a look inside. Now, it is a little buggy getting into the ship. You have to take a bit of a running start to be able to get in at the moment. That's because, as the developers have said, the ship isn't quite at the point where they used to release them. But to get it into our hands sooner, they've released it in this current state. Now, we've just walked through the first door into what is the main escape pod. This entire room is an escape pod, unlike on most other ships, where you have to get into these beds and eject in those. This is designed so that when you're out in long range patrols, then you're able to eject in this pod and survive for longer than if you were just crammed in a bed. Now you've got a gun rack, we've got storage lockers, there's a shower, no toilet interestingly. I'm not going to dwell on where you could go. There's a sink there. And in the main pod, you've got access to this power control terminal. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be very similar to the terminal that's in the Aegis Retaliator bomber, whereby this will give you information and control of your ship's power systems, shield generators, health status, and weapon status, so that you can tweak the ship as you're being flown around. In some of the other variants, such as the Sentinel, this might be where you do some electromagnetic jamming, some electronic warfare, and other such things. So let's leave the panel as it's non-functional at the moment. Directly above me is the hatch to the turret. You can't activate that at the moment, but when the ship is ready to be flown, this hatch will open up and a chair will descend down, which you'll be able to sit in and go into the top turret. But since we can't do that, we're going to advance to the main cockpit. Now this chair has rails and can come all the way to the back. I'm assuming that is for rapid evacuation. If the ship's about to blow up, you can hit a button and the chair will propel you as close to the escape pod as possible. But for now, that doesn't happen. So if we get into the main cockpit, we can see there are a lot of MFD panels here, and these screens are going to be used for showing target information, radar information, communications, all kinds of different information. And that's going to be very useful for when you're out and flying. Now, CIG have said that this view is going to be improved. They're aware that it's a very restricted view. Not only is the glass extremely smeared at the moment, but yeah, there's struts and panels in the way of where you might want to be looking. That's going to make it very difficult to fly and potentially land, as you can't really see below the ship at all. And if we go for an external view, we can pan around and have a look at the ship from the outside. So you can see the 2 main engines. There's the turret on top. That appears to be the same turret as is on the Retaliator bomber that you can see in the background of the hangar there. We've got the folded in wings and the very, very classy red and black paint job that the Aegis ships all seem to be getting at the moment. I think it looks fantastic. The other two variants, the Sentinel and the Harbinger, come in a black and yellow and black and green paint jobs, but those haven't been released in the hangars yet. There is only the red and black Warden version, and I believe this is what you'll see no matter which version of the ship you own. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this brief overview of the Aegis Vanguard in Star Citizen 2.0. This is Tillium, signing out.